you doing?
Hi guys.
I forgot to mix up my epoxy sculpt. Duh. Sorry. Oh well. I'll talk to you while I'm doing it. How's that? Today we're going to talk about the panel cuff. And I like that project a lot because it's so showy. I wear mine all the time, which is, yeah, don't try not to hold them up in front of me.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Just off to the side, just so I see which one we're using. Which you probably got in your kits.
Yeah. Yeah. If you didn't, we have them at the site. But this is what the one that I have that's I still have that belongs to me. I made lots of them, but they're sold or gone. So I have that one left, and that's mine, and I wear it pretty often. In fact, I wore it to the family reunion one day. So, yeah, I really like it. It's very showy, and I like to use a semi-precious cab in the front, so that's what I use. But you can use glass, you can use acrylic, you can use whatever you want. But anyway, before I start launching into that, let's just talk about, a little bit about what we did before, a little bit of a review type thing, and then we will get on to this. Now, also, I will tell you this about the panel cuff, this. There's some prep involved to doing this, okay? So I'm going to show you about how to do the prep this week, and then how to do the stone, put the stone on. The rest of it's going to happen next week because I just got to thinking, you know what, this takes too long. We're going to be here too long. So I thought, well, we'll do that much of it, and then we'll come back next week and finish the rest. And then we'll talk about a few other things that are possibilities that you can do that are really fun, and they really make your projects look good. So we got a bunch of people lining up now. We got, Debbie Nicholas is here, and we got Annalise from Norway is here. So that's nice. That's good. So how's everybody doing today? Anybody want to say?
Has anyone tried the project so far?
Yeah, well, I know, let's see, I think Debbie was in the class we had a few years ago. So I think she was. You can say, Debbie, if you were or not. I think you were. So she's probably done them. I don't know. I know people have. And you know what, though? I can't remember anybody. I know we did the cuff. There's a cuff in that class. If anybody wants that class, let me know.
I think
I'll find it.
Colleen did it.
Colleen did.
I think she said last week that she was...
Yeah. But I could probably let anybody who wants that class, the whole thing, because it's like 3 years old, have it reasonable. I mean, really reasonable. If you want, I just have to locate it and have a look at it quick to make sure, that what I'm talking about is in there, because you want to get something in here, it's not even what you thought you needed, But anyway, this class is free, and if you can get enough from this class to do it, which honestly, I don't see why not. It's just we're not going to do it all in one fell swoop, because it's just going to take too long. Just like last week with the clamper. We got the clamper covered, and then I want to start to do the second layer to do the embellishments, and then I just realized, this ain't happening. It takes too long. Mm-hmm. Even if you have your things all laid out, which I can't recommend that enough, and I didn't have enough of that done. That would have helped. But if you have figured out everything you're going to put on it first and have that all laid out ready for you, it'll make it go faster.
It's something good to do like at night or something, and you're just like chilling, relaxing, kind of like watching TV.
I sit on my bed with a tray and do stuff like this. Believe it or not, I mean, I can. You can too. It works. It works. But anyway, so.
Debbie says yes, she was in the class. It was the best class ever.
Oh, you're sweet. Hey, look, Rebecca Harp's here. Yay!
Yeah, Rebecca
and Cherie. We haven't seen you for a while, Cherie. Gloria's here.
Gloria's here, and then Dara's here, too.
Oh, Dara's here, too?
Yep, Dara's here, too.
Awesome. This hair looks like a real mop. I have to wash my hair with water bottles now, so I don't get that rust stain from our water. in it. And it's kind of an ordeal, that's all I'll say about that.
Hey, Darcy.
Oh, Darcy's here.
Yeah.
Oh, good to see you. And
Yeah.
Deb Mars here. We're going to have...
Oh, Deb's
We
here
got
too.
a
Yeah.
good bunch.
Yeah,
oh,
we
and
have a
hey,
good
while
group.
everybody's filtering in before I start
Make sure
this
the
thing...
mix.
what's that? Wait, I'll take care of it.
Oh.
I wanted to tell you, please, I usually don't remember this until the end of the whole thing. I'm not good about this. But I need to start telling you, and then everybody who will watch later on when it's not live, you know, I need comments, guys. I need likes and I need comments. Just like you see all the other content creators, what do they do at the beginning of their video? They tell you how
Subscribe,
much.
like.
And I don't do that. You know, I never got in the habit of doing that because I just kind of felt like, and I've been doing it for 14 years now. I looked and I got videos 14 years old, so I've been here a while. And I just never felt like I could ask anything back from you. I just didn't feel right about it because, you know, I had that supply site and any number of people did buy things back then. They don't so much now, but, you know, that's life. And it's been summertime, which is slow. But anyway, I just never did it. And then I realized, you know what, this is a mistake. And a lot of people would love to say something to you. Then I noticed on my older videos, a lot of people had commented. I mean, long batches of people commented, and I never responded. That was pretty awful. I think the main thing, I didn't go back and look at it either because I'd had some really nasty experiences with some people. And instead of me being able to just brush it off and delete them, it just made me feel terrible. And I should not have allowed that to happen. That was in my control to not allow that to happen, but I did. So as a result, I just neglected all of you. So I don't blame people nowadays if they knew me back then to not leave a comment because they might say, well, you know, I had one girl say, oh, don't ask her any questions, she'll never answer you. You guys know that's not me. You know, I'm there for you, I always am, but it sure looked like I wasn't. So I had to get in the, you know, habit of doing that, and then I realized, you know, I wasn't getting as many comments as I used to, and I need them. That's how YouTube ranks us. And that's not something I can do for myself, because if I could, I wouldn't ask you to help me. I would just take care of it. But even if I advertised with money at YouTube, it would not do as much for us as you guys. Leaving comments. The ones that you make during our time together on the lives, they don't count. I've told you that before. They don't count. YouTube doesn't look at them. They look at the ones out front under the video description. So if you can do that for me, I truly, truly appreciate it. I need the support. I'm seeing other content creators who have 1/4 the subscribers I do put a video out, and a day later there are 2,000 people who watched it. And my videos are just as good. And they have just as much interesting content. Sometimes those people even take stuff they saw from me and redid it for theirs. But I can't get that. So if you can help me, I would appreciate it. Okay, zip, I'm done talking about it. Because I don't like talking about it anyway. But I have to, I guess. Okay, let's see. She says, I don't like to ask either, but I love to hit the like and comment. Yeah, I know, and I know you understand, Annalise, what it's like because you have a YouTube channel. She does.
And it doesn't have to be some long-winded comment.
No,
You can
say
just say hi. I like, cool,
Hi.
whatever.
Oh,
It could be one
Thanks
worded.
for doing this. You know, you don't have to gush. I don't expect gushing. Although if you want to gush, that's okay. But no.
we will respond too,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
we
really,
always go back.
We're really
and
good
look.
about it. We're really good about it. So let's see. Is there anybody else? Yeah, Debbie says like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, most of you guys here have subscribed years ago. We have a really good subscribership. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but it's always growing. We have 42.7K. That's a few people. I don't know where they are.
Probably all around the world.
But, you know,
Yeah.
they didn't, like, take me off their list or something. You know, they liked me at one time. Well, I'd love to get some of them back. So maybe we can do something about that and make these things a little bit more interesting going forward. Today's going to be live, and then the next one we do after this is going to be live because I promised it in the Epoxy Sculpt class. If we don't get everything done that I intended to present for you, we will go out another week yet. But after that, we're going to go back to what I call rendered video, which is like 10, 15-minute videos.
And they're produced.
And they're produced, yeah. So, because those are really, that might be part of it too. So, we're just going to see. Anyway, so she says, will you do an online class in the fall or winter? I'd just like to plan for my online classes. Maria, I'd like to tell you, yeah, but right now, I can't. I may not be able to. We have a lot of things that we have to take care of. We have to move a lot of inventory. We have to redo inventory. There's things on our site we have to redo. Just there's a lot of stuff.
Technical stuff.
Yeah, and classes, I like the classes, especially if I can do a paid class because those work out pretty good for me and hopefully for you too. But I don't even have a subject right now. So when I do though, you'll know it'll be in the newsletter and I'll have it on the class. And I know you'd like to plan, but that's not something I can plan. My number one thing that I have to take care of is my business. And this is part of it. And engaging you is part of it. But these classes take a lot out of me. There's a lot that has to be done to have a class. And you might think, oh, she just gets up there and yaks,
Especially if there's kits.
Yeah, the kits are killers. This last kit wasn't bad because there were only 7 things. But, like, for example, the Haskell class kit, that took almost a week to get that ready because there were so many little parts. So, oh, yeah, and the one we had before that with the big waterfall necklace and stuff
and the
like
butterfly
that.
necklace.
Butterfly necklace. That one took a long time, too.
Yeah, that was the last one.
We had to make sure we had all the beads in there. So yeah, it was time consuming, but it was a good class. I think people liked it. We had good participation. A lot of people took the class. It helped us out a lot, But I don't even know, Maria. It's hard doing this, and I may even have to take a break from doing weekly for a while because I'm just a little bit burned out. What I found is if I get a little rest, I come back. And quick. So that might be part of it too. So anyway, I want to talk to you about this cup because I've about got this stuff ready to wear. We could show you a few little things. And just tell you too, if you notice on this, and I'll pick it up and show you, it's all painted inside. Now the way I do that, when I paint the insides or the backs of things, I start out with matte white, like a primer, light coat, not too thick. And that just gives me a beginning. And then after that, I decide if I want to do a painted or sponged on finish or what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do another color of spray paint or whatever. There's no right, no wrong. It's just however you feel that it's going to go for you. Now, one thing about spray painting the inside of a cuff, if you want it to look good when it's done, like it's the final thing, they tend to run and then, they're up and down or they'll pull, because it's like this. If you, go, let me get it so you can see it. That would help. Yeah. It'll, like if I leave it like this, it could pull. Or if I put it like this, it could run down. And then you have to use, have to sand the little runs off, and it's just a pain. So I do super light misting coats, and then I tend to want to use one of those nice sponge brushes that you get from a craft store. A dollar store has them. They're very, very inexpensive. Most of them, if you're using an acrylic finish, you can wash it out and use them again. Or not. They're so inexpensive, you can just give them a pitch and come back to it. But anyway, this one I did do the primer type thing, which you can't see it anywhere. It's way under this, and then this is all painted.
And see,
on.
I've never done that. I've never done
this
a primer.
is all painted on. And you can, if you can, I'll hold it up. You can see it.
Okay.
There we
go. Let me unzoom. I had it zoomed in, so.
Yeah, you can see it. It's kind of streaky and stuff, which I don't mind because it's a mixed media.
It looks weathered.
Yeah, it's a mixed media product, so projects, so that's fine. But I think this is back when I still had Inca Gold. And I used the turquoise color and the copper color. And I kind of mixed them.
Well, yeah, I've never done the primer,
So
but
I
it's
did
like
that.
kind of like if you're painting your house, well, is it you do a primer first and then you do the paint?
Yeah, or a car, same thing. So, so I used that. Now, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm going to use Howlite on this one. So I'm probably going to leave a lot of stuff white. We'll see.
Because she's using the white highlight.
Right. I don't know. So I'll have to think about, what I'm going to do with the inside. Could you leave it just like this, shiny, and just let it go? Yeah, you could. But you have to seal it. And once again, there you get into like, spray paint. But there is one thing. We do have the Swelling and Clear Coat back in stock. And that is the most wonderful stuff. The matte you put on, you don't even see it. It seals it exceedingly well. And it just goes on like a dream. So you might want to do that. You could just polish this all out, which this one's in pretty good shape, as you can see. And I could just go ahead and just seal this shut. Like a lot of things that you buy in a store and that, like decorator things and that are brass, shined up, polished, gilt, what they call gilt brass. They have a lacquer coat over top of them because you all know brass will not stay looking like this if you don't seal it, because it oxidizes. That's where the whole idea of what brass ox comes from. So you have to seal if you want to keep it like that, but you can, and there's nothing wrong with it. It'll be fine. It'll look great. Okay, so you could do that. But if you're going to paint it, what I like to do is take some very fine sandpaper, not big grit, small grit, and just sandpaper it a little bit inside, give it a little bit of tooth so that paint holds better. And the paint I would use now would be lunar paste. This is Bee Sting. I'm not sure if we have this in stock. I'm ready that I need to restock. But this is Bee Sting, and it's kind of like rosy pink copper. We have another one called Roar that is copper, and it's really cool too. But this one is
It's more orange though.
Yeah,
orange
this
side
has got
of
the
copper.
rosy color to it.
Yeah, it has.
I like that. And then this one is no diving.
I thought it had diving in the name.
Blue.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably.
We have a couple different blues.
But I don't want to do
we
that
did.
since I just decided to do highlight. I was going to do turquoise, and I couldn't find my turquoise stones, which I will. They have an old stock number that seems to have gotten moved elsewhere. So I just thought, you know what? I like Howlite. I love Howlite because it's so clean looking. And I just figured.
It's classic.
Yeah, just figure you got one of these cuffs, Howlite stone, you leave it white, or you just put an iridescent coat on it, not really color.
You can wear it with anything.
Yes. And then you put your little rhinestones down the side like here. And this is ball chain, which is dirt cheap. There was some in the kits too, by the way. And then, put your little embellishments and leave it all white. It looks so classy. Excuse me. So classy. That's what I meant to say. So it will look so classy. And then imagine you get a beautiful French manicure with that. That looks
Well, even like
good.
Seasons wise, you can wear white in winter then
Oh,
too,
yeah.
because then it can look bridal
Yeah.
too if you have like
Yeah.
a wedding or anything.
When
like
I got
that,
my
but-
nails done, which was a long time ago, I used to always get French manicure. But now, if I get anything on them, I just paint them myself. But anyway, that's what we're going to do today. Is we're going to make this part of it, so I can show you how that
The stone
goes.
part.
The stone part. And we're not going to worry about the inside or nothing, because once that cures and sticks to it, we're good. We can do the rest.
So we're gonna do the
No,
painting
Yeah,
next week.
Yeah, we're not doing any painting on it, and I'm not putting the sides on it, epoxy sculpt sides.
We're gonna have
I'm
that
just gonna
prepped
do
for next week.
The center. And then what's nice about the panel cuff, you can take it and set it, just like this one is,
Mhm.
and with your stone on it. And usually it's not going to slide or go anywhere. You're going to stick it on there, it's going to stay.
And then just leave it
Now,
alone.
if you wanted to, you could let it cure, this is a silicone sheet. You could leave it on there, and then pick it up and then glue it on. But honestly, Epoxy Sculpt is a type of a glue, so you know
it glues itself. It adheres
right,
itself to the
right,
cuff.
Right. So, yeah, I think I'll just stick it on there. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I've got a nice piece of it, and the way I do it is this way. I started out by smushing it out. Now I could take one of those acrylic rollers like you use for polymer clay, and I could roll this out flat and then cut it out that way. I could do it that way, and that would be good. But I found out, and I did some of my ones that I did for that class a few years ago that Debbie was in. I did some of them that way. but you know, take and cut around it and then put it on. But then I found that I was better off just mushing it down by hand and setting the stone in and letting it come up around the edges and form just a little bit of an edge. So it would really, you know, set the stone off better. So that's what I'm going to do today. Let's see. Sweet little kitty cries, yeah, she was in here. I keep catnip in the Hoosier cupboard, so she's over there begging for it. So, do you ever hook up with Simon Hurley? No, I do not. I don't usually do collaborations because I go my own way. So no. And not only that, Simon works for Ranger, and I don't do endorsements either, so that's why. But thank you, Cherie. I like his product. So here you can see what I'm doing.
Kind of looks like a little pizza, a little mini pizza,
Yeah.
or a pancake. You turn it into like a little pancake.
If I was going to do a collaboration, you know what I would do? It would be with one of you. It would not be with a company. And I'm thinking about something like that, doing some micro-influencer stuff.
It looks like you're making an egg.
Yeah.
Like that's the yolk, and then
Can you
that's
see
like
that,
the
guys?
white.
I just took it and I pressed it down into that piece of
That's the way my weird brain works.
Yeah.
Like you're making an egg. Make it like
Yeah.
you're making an egg.
Yeah.
Yolk and then the white.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to just take this and pull up on it. Yeah, Maria, I keep thinking about that. I wish I could tell you. You know, I've had a few ideas, but I don't know for sure. And as you guys know, I have some health issues. That anxiety crap thing has been a little bit, I thought I had it killed. I thought I had it put down, but I don't. So I need to take breaks. So I have to see if I can do it. I would like to stare it down and walk into it because that's what I usually do, but I'm at the place I have to think about my health too. So doing these little things is not much of a problem. I'm planning out a big class, and then I always order this stuff in, and then they don't send me something. Like, I get everything but like one part.
One thing. Yeah.
So you guys can see, I'm just kind of tearing it off around the edge. See that? Now,
It's not perfect.
No,
you know,
if you wanted to, you could use an X-Acto knife or something like this. I'll just do it and show you. And just take that off. I just got these sets in, and I wasn't sure if they're going to be any good or not. So I didn't really get enough to sell.
We're testing them out first.
Yeah, but I like them now that I've been into it. It's got a pointer tool. It's got an X-Acto knife in it. It's great. See, so now I can just pull that away and be done with it.
No, it's not a real yolk, so don't eat it.
No yolk. Yeah. Mini vacays are good for you. Yes, they are. And also, I'm to a place where I have to be careful about what I promise. Because if I promise it, my sense of duty tells me I have to follow through. And sometimes it could be really too much for me. And I will pay. So I have to think about all the consequences. You know, we used to do the live classes, and a lot of people loved them. They were expensive. They were expensive, no doubt about that. But there are people that get at me and say different times, "Oh, we'd love to have that again." I know Miss Gloria, she's on here a little bit ago. I think she came to every one we had.
Oh, the actual workshops in person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She came to every one we had. And then, you know, and we had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
But after the last one, And then the pandemic came,
Mm-hmm.
and they wouldn't give me my deposit back, which I thought was ignorant beyond words. Just saying. I loved that facility where we had it. Everything was
Mm-hmm.
right there. It was nice rooms, everything. There was food nearby, all of that. But I had to think twice before I would use them again. I probably would, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm just not well enough. We have to do so much planning, and we have to drag all this stuff over there, and then, it just, but it was fun.
It was
I'm
fun.
not going to kid you. It's like back when I did my shows, back in the day, it was an awful lot of work, which is why I don't do them anymore. But do I miss them? Oh, yeah. You better believe I miss them. They were great. I get jealous when I hear you guys talking about your shows, and how they're going and all that, because I did well at shows. But I just came to the place where I realized I can't do it all. So, okay, so I've got that on there. And it doesn't, you can see, it doesn't look perfect. It doesn't have to, but it looks pretty good, Yeah, Gloria, I loved visiting with you too. You're an awful lot of fun. Love you to pieces. But you never know. Maybe someday we can do mini one or something. But I don't hold your breath. I'm just not well enough. You just have to take my word for that. I'm not, So, but my diabetes is getting under control. And then if we don't have these other issues come out and become issues, like the anxiety thing, I thought I had that put down. I suffered for 10 years. With horrific anxiety. I had to get up every day and go down to the shop or do a video. You don't know how many times I did videos and I was just like, but you couldn't tell. I stared it down. I went into it and I took care of it. And usually the end of the day came out a lot better than the beginning. You stare it down, walk through it, it was okay. But I'm just older now, so I don't know if I can. And I would hate to say, oh, okay, yeah, we're going to do it and have you guys all come, and it costs a lot for you because you got your hotel room to pay for.
And some of you airfare.
And some of you guys come by air, and, food and all that stuff, plus my fee for that. We have to pay for the facility and all that. And I got to get a little bit for my time because of all the effort I put into it. And it, you get done, you got $1,500 into it. So that better be pretty blame good. That's how I would feel, if I was paying for stuff. So, I wouldn't want to disappoint you. So you can see what I did. I just took that and stuck it on. See, it's already wanting to stick.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be sure you get it exactly where you want it. And it's not all going to go in there. You're going to have a little bit coming down here and here. But it's pretty good.
It's okay, because, you're going to go around the stone anyways. You're going to need a little bit if
I
you
want to see.
wrap it with ball chain.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to see. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, we had a blast at those parties. They were so much fun. Okay, so that's pretty much, where I want it. She says, know that I come out beforehand. Yes, I do know you would, Gloria. And, a couple others have volunteered to do that too. But sometimes it's just easier for me to do it than think of what to tell you to do. Not that I want to micromanage, but I just have found that to be true. When things are a little complicated, it's better for me just to, but, you could help me get it on the little cart and take it upstairs and things like that. That people could do. Or maybe help me pack it up at the end of the day, could do that. There are things you could do. And I would love to have you. But we just have to think about, what I'm really able to do and still give you your money's worth at the end of it, so. Every day we all do, don't we, Gloria? We all have to fuss with something. If it's not us and our own health, it's a family member. We're going through that a lot too with my parents, and that's another issue that I have. Like, things could go south with them at any time. Now, what if I had a retreat or whatever we call it, a workshop planned?
Workshop.
Now, the only thing that's good about that is if I had to go running up to Warren to take care of them, they're in the hospital, and I couldn't make it, like, say, till evening or something, get over there. there are people here who could teach those classes, and you know them. So, Lauren can do it.
Oh, goodness.
Lauren can do it. Diane definitely can do it. Javi can do it. Jordan can't do it. But, we have people here who could do it. So I wouldn't be high and dry.
He could assist.
So I'm making a snake. You guys can see what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is Green Girl Student has been doing it, and I find them relaxing too.
She was talking about calming music. Do you listen to calming music while you do the classes?
You know what? I don't do it during the live because I don't want it to come over
Distract
onto the video.
the audio.
But when I'm preparing, like if I'm making something or preparing stuff for a class or I'm making a class plan or whatever, I have Pandora and on my Roku TV, and I listen to all kinds of stuff on there. And so I love music. So it says, what about Greens and Girl Studios? What are they doing and you find it relaxing too?
I think it's that music, that calming music. They do it.
Oh, well, no. You have to be careful about what music you put on YouTube. You can get in a pile of trouble. Now, Green Girl is smart. They've been around for a while, so I'm sure they've got that covered. But I know even like if we do like a short, we have to be sure that the music we've got is, we're allowed to use it, So, anyway. Lauren made a short for us not too long ago that I'm just nuts about. I think I played it 10 times in a row last night. I want to get this, now, before I start yakking too much, I want to get this rolled out thinly because I'm going to wrap it around here.
That's around the edge where she has the chain.
Edge. Yeah.
That's what she used to attach
you
it.
see, it's kind of, I need something to hide that. I want like an edge on it. So
it gives it a pretty.
Yeah. So I roll into a snake. Now, if you have a better way, you can do that too.
But it kind of sets off the sun, gives it like a
Oh,
finish.
the music, yeah. Hey, Beansy, I'm glad you're here.
Hey, Beans.
I've been looking at all your pretty stuff that you've been putting on Facebook lately. In fact, the newsletter that came out this morning had a Beansy piece in it.
Oh. I mean, I get a chance to look at it yet.
And also it had a parole that Gloria Allen made in it. So if you guys don't read the newsletter, you should. You never know what might be in there.
So how thin do you roll your snake?
It needs about like this. Can you see, guys? Pretty thin. You don't want it to be so thin that when you pick it up...
Like quarter inch or something, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. It's kind of like, you'll know.
Yeah.
You start wrapping it, you will know. So, anyway. Yeah, it is. I like it. I always get a lot of compliments. People stop me in the store and say, hey, what are you wearing? Maybe they know I make jewelry, maybe they don't, Beans is awake. That's always good. I'll tell you what. I might not be if I wasn't here. I might be taking my nap. Anyway, so. What's this say? Angel from Montgomery.
Oh, she thought you would sing.
Oh, I know that. I know that song. But I forget some of the words sometimes. I know that song well. John Prine wrote that song, and he died from COVID. And that's sad. He wrote a lot of good songs. Yep. What does it go? Something like, believing in living is just a hard way to go. Something like that. I can't remember the end of it.
I don't know that song.
An angel flies from Montgomery. Corn poster from an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. Leaving in something or other is just a hard way to go. I didn't try very hard to sing that, but that's how it's. That's what you call marking a song. When you learn that stuff, you just sing it however, and you don't worry how it sounds because you're learning.
Just like
it.
on the cuff.
You're learning it, or you're warming your voice up, or whatever. You just mark it. Okay, so you guys can see what I did. I just took my little snake there. And I have a little seam, so I will kind of smush that off. Did I sing already? No. I just sang that Angel from Montgomery song but I didn't sing it very good. Anyway, no, I decided I'm going to wait for a little while. But you know what I was starting to tell you? The song on Lauren's short. Well, she has a dumb picture of me in the beginning where I'm going like this. You know?
Oh, the color
That's
song.
an old picture to the color.
The
That's
color
a real
one.
song, isn't it?
I don't know. But
Somebody told me it
seen
was
a
a real
lot
song.
on there, and well, some people
I
do
like
make
it.
songs out of it. There's like originals.
I can see from where I am you're on an
An
adventure
adventure. Yeah, that
to a
one.
place you can't describe. Some things can't be something
Put
in
in
words.
words.
So show me colors, colors. I need pictures.
Yeah.
Something going on. It's cute song, and it's bouncy and has a strong bass line. And if you listen to that song, if you're sad, you will not be anymore. That's all I got to say about that. So go find it.
Yeah, it was maybe like two reels back, I think.
I almost put it on the newsletter last night, but I already had one on there, so I took it off. Yeah, that's cute. She has real cute pictures on too. There's a real strong bass line that just kind of kicks in partway. To a place you can't describe. Some things can't be spoken in words. So show me colors, colors, please. Something. It's not black and white.
Mm-hmm. Life's not all black and white.
Na 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 na. The other side of the line. Okay, another guy. I got another skinny snake, so I'm going to add it. Okay. She says, in a way, it is good you're not doing fall winter classes. That will give me a chance to work on a project from here. Well, you can do that anytime, Maria. Honestly, for me, if I don't do one, it's not good for me because I need the income. But I don't know. You know, that's why I'm saying I'm not giving you an answer to that because I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. If I can, I will. And I want it to be something, interesting. I thought, well, it might be good to do a second Haskell class and do new projects because there's so many things you could do with that. And we had a lot of interest from that, since I've had the article on Bell Armor. And probably if I did another class and did another body of work, they would put that in the magazine too, which would be nice. But, don't know. Okay, so you can see I'm just getting it kind of wrapped around. It's kind of like spread out a little bit. You can't really see it on here so much because I've got it covered. But
well, painted and the chain.
Yeah, but I'm not going to paint this right now.
Well, no, because I think it matches the stone then too.
Yeah, I want it real clean looking when I'm done. So I think I'm going to do one more snake, and then I'm going to start to wrap it. So you guys, I'm sure you can understand what I'm doing. So it doesn't look like much yet, but it will. Mm-hmm. I don't need to plan videos. Oh, no, I need to do a better job with that. I think it's part of the reason why, you guys are the ones who always come, and I love you for it. I really do. But a lot of other people complain. I had one woman leave me a comment. So you don't see them because I get rid of them as soon as I see them. I don't like anything negative there. But if it's constructive criticism, I will remember it. I will keep it in mind. But I don't leave it out there because it's a downer. But yeah, some woman came along and she said, it was not too long ago, she says, that looks like such a cute project, but I'll be blankety blank if I'm going to sit here for an hour and watch you make it. And I thought, there are things that you might think, but you don't need to say them just because you can do that. Just, that's the thing, with the internet when it came out, people just thought that they could remain anonymous and they could say whatever. I think people have a little bit better manners now than they used to. They don't fly off so much.
Well, a lot of people, because of that, they have rules too, and you need to follow.
Oh yeah,
rules.
if you come to my place and you start talking like that, you're gone. I don't put up with it.
But even like different platforms, like they want you to be respectful.
Yeah.
Like they want you.
The
to follow
only
rules.
exception would be if it was someone who was a long-time member, like one of you guys, and you were having a bad day, and you said something that didn't quite wash well. Then I would just take the comment down and I wouldn't even say anything to you. Because,
Chalk it up to a bad
it's
day.
not anything, it's not normal for you.
Mm-hmm.
But some of these people, I had one woman who, she belonged for a while, and then someone came on and they were trying to figure out how to do their first, let me get this in a shot. Where is it? There.
Right there.
There we
Yep.
go. They were trying to figure out how to do their first class. Not class, their first show. That's what I want to say. They're trying to figure out how to do their first show. So they had made a little display, and they took a picture and they showed the group, which you're allowed to do that. I'm fine with that kind of thing. That helps us all out. Someone made some really unkind remarks. And she was not the kind of person you could do that to. She's very, very sensitive. She's not mean. She would never say anything back. But she was so hurt that she left the group and didn't come back for 6 months.
Mm.
And that was a shame because she needed the group. She was going through a lot of stuff in her life, which is probably another reason why she couldn't take, that kind of criticism. But, it just made me so sad. And I got rid of that girl that did it. I said, this is what you did. I don't allow this. I'm very protective of everybody that's on that group. You have bad days too. I understand. But you don't come on here and say things like that because you don't know the damage you do. And you do. You do damage when you talk like that. So, but nobody here would ever do something like that, nor have they ever done something like that. So, anyway, that's all I have to say about that. So now I wish this was a little bit thicker here. I guess I'll just press it till it matches. This part takes some playing around. I'm going to tell you that, Take some playing around. And, if you find a better way to do it, then do it that way, this is clay. Clay is very forgiving. The only thing that, with epoxy sculpt is that it cures quickly. So sometimes you don't have, as much time as you would like. Oops. I'm going to cut this off here. Alrighty. So now I'm going to find a spot where I can start this. And actually what I did, but I can't. Can you see on here where's my pointer thing? Can you see on here how I have a line of the rhinestone cuff? This is 2 millimeter, not cuff, rhinestone chain.
The cup chain.
2 millimeter. I hardly ever have anything but 2 millimeter on the site when I have cup chain because I'm an assemblage artist. That's what I teach a lot, and it just is the most versatile and best. It flows.
Measure.
It flows.
For things.
The bigger pieces just get chunky and kink up and whatever, but it's clear down on here. So for this to work, I would have to have put this part down already, this clay. So that will go on later. It will not go on now. The only thing we're going to do now
is
the
ball
ball
chain.
Now, I could tell you if you wanted to. You don't have to use ball chain. You could use rhinestone chain. But one of the things that will happen if you put it on, I'm just going to show you real quick with a little piece. Just cut this off and I'll show you a little piece. All right. So say that I wanted to put this on here instead of the ball chain. I would have to really fuss with it because it
likes to turn over.
It wants to turn over, it wants to turn sideways, and you want it so that it looks like that.
So it faces outward.
Yes, but it very easily wants to
go to the side.
It wants to go this way. So you can see it on the side when you look at it, but it just doesn't give you as pleasing of an appearance as it might. So, yeah. I like the ball for this part right around it, but you can do whatever you want.
And you'd probably definitely want to paint it too, because if you leave it white, it might blend in because of the crystals, depending.
Well,
if it's clear crystals,
but you
you
can decide that as you go along, because I will do paint here, like you can see on this. It's painted from here and here, so yeah, that's going to have paint on it. The rest of it's going to have some epoxy sculpt here. Well, I got to get it in. Always get it. It's going to have it right here like this does. Okay? But then the rest is going to be painted, which is fine. Now, why do I do that? Why don't I just put it all the way out to the ends? It's because, as you know, epoxy sculpt is not very giving. And you could crack it. And how do I know? I did it. So I found that if you just stay to here and you don't do a lot of flex on the cuff, now I have to adjust this when I put it on because it's too big. And I can, if I push carefully from back here, but hey, Colleen, then I can squeeze it and, you know, wear it. But you have to be very careful. You can't do it all the way around.
The epoxy.
Yeah, unless you were making a bangle. If you're making a bangle, now that you're not going to have it open and shut, right? So you could go all the way around.
So see, this is where, I'm trying to get so it's not fuzzy. There we go. So this, like where she has that cupping, this is where the epoxy stops.
Yeah.
She has it from like right here, here to here, and then this is just painted.
Yeah. And you can go ahead, you know, after it sets up and everything, and you can wear it. But you might find that one or both of these lifts a little bit. This here. This part might lift a little bit. It's because of the flex of the cuff. Don't sweat it. All you do is go under it with E6000 and press it down. And it's going to stay. So long as you don't flex the cuff a whole lot. Like this one, see, and I can't even get it on like that. But I'm just going to show you. I bend it from here, the back.
From the ends.
From the ends. And then I put it on.
And then press it back.
So you can see, looks pretty good. I love but it's too big. So now I got to put it back together. So I'm
Again, press at the ends.
Press it to the end, not up on here. You know, not up where the epoxy sculpt is. Just press it till you get it where it's going to stay. Yeah, that's pretty good. There we go. It's still listing a little bit to the one side, but that's how I do it. This is how you do it. Okay? That's how you do it. Okay. Who said short attention span? Oh, Colleen. Boy, isn't that true? People do. You know, somebody was saying something. They weren't real unkind this time, this person, but I did say to him, you know, there's a real easy solution for that. It's called fast forward. You can fast forward through any video. Okay, I know people fast forward through mine. I'm fine. Do I fast forward through other people's video? You better believe it.
Especially if there's a certain part that you're looking for.
Yeah. So,
or that you missed and you need to go back or whatever.
So I'm starting this by putting it on down here. And I'm just going to go around, and I need to get it pushed down into the epoxy sculpt.
But lightly.
Nice. Well, pretty good, because if you don't, it's going to come off. And you won't like it.
But you also have to make sure it doesn't like sink down into the epoxy and it gets covered.
Well, no, exactly.
So enough pressure to get it to
I'm
stick,
getting this as close to the stone as I'm able to do.
I love that the ball chain matches the marbling and the stone too.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm nuts about how light. Ever since, you know, I'm wearing my hair light now, you know, I can wear the silver stuff better. And I'm really enjoying it.
And see, I used to wear a lot of silver, and my ring, I still love my ring. My ring is white gold, but as I've gotten older, I've been wearing more gold.
Mm-hmm. And my wedding ring was white gold too, but it broke, and I never did get it fixed, so I just wear this. And I think I told you the story of that probably in one of the responsible repurposing classes. You know, if you buy a bag of junk, and you know, who can resist a bag of junk? Come on, you know. There are a lot of things, though, that have limitations that are going to make jewelry out of a bag of junk. And they are mostly, like if you're going to use a chain, most of the chain has got nickel in the plating. So there you go, big number one. Some of the parts you might use are pot metal. That's lead. Big number two, you know. So there's a lot of stuff you got to know about what's in that bag and what's safe for you to use and what isn't, you know. But who doesn't love it, you know. Well, anyway, getting back to the reason I'm telling you about it, is I found this.
One of those bags.
Yeah, and it's 14 karat, and it's, I would say, 1920s. It was somebody's wedding ring. I'm sure of it. But I've been wearing it now for a long time. But now because I lost weight, it's getting really loose, and I'm going to probably end up losing it if I'm not careful. So, okay, where'd my nippers go? Let's see, what did she say there? I had a comment like that. They felt they're entitled to say whatever they want. And yeah, I've had fights break out. No kidding. That was a long time ago. But yeah, a few girls decided that they were going to pick on me like a bully and say really nasty things all through my video.
Nice.
So then, finally, somebody else had had enough of it. It was somebody that liked me. And she goes, I wish she hadn't, but
Do
she
you
did.
have anything better to do?
She said, do you know who this woman is? Do you know how much of her time she gives for nothing? Do you make videos? I hope no one ever does this to you. I mean, she was going on and on. I'm like, oh, now I don't know what's worst. But anyway, she was defending me. And then a couple other people jumped in. And I'm like, oh, no. So I had to delete all of it because it wasn't upbuilding. But it was nice to see that people cared about me. It was nice to see that. But you don't need to do that. All I do is very easy now. Somebody gets online and says something mean, I delete it. That's it. And I don't think about it anymore. Now, see, the reason I'm doing this is because I got a little bit of epoxy sculpt on my chain. See, I've wrapped it now, I think 3 times. This was wrapped 3 times, wasn't it? Yeah, 3 times.
Yes. And then you had the rhinestone chain on the, like we said, on the base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like two-tone too, Beans. So does Bisou.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, my automatic go-to is gold. So sometimes I kind of have to force myself to buy silver to make stuff for silver.
what did
Because I know
do?
people are going to want that.
Oh, I didn't take it all the way around. Well, you know what? I could fix this.
Use the teeny one?
No, because it won't
Same
be the
size?
same size. I'll just take it and just push it right in there, and you won't ever even know that I did that. Just got to get it in here right first.
I like to do two-tone with copper too, with rose ox too sometimes.
Now I can't get that song out of my head. Thank you, Rebecca. Where'd she go? She probably left.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the real one because you had.
No, that angel from Montgomery. Yeah, I like Bonnie Raitt a lot. She plays the guitar like a man. She's really good slide guitar. If only we had the time to do all the things we'd like to do, right? Now, see this one, if you look inside, here, let me get it on camera.
Bend it down there.
It's clean. I've not overlapped it inside at all. But on this one, oh, there's Rebecca. I keep seeing people wearing mixed metals, silver, gold, brass. Oh, yeah. Why not? Now, see this? I went over on it. You see, I went over the edge. So what I might do is try and take some of that off. But I have to be careful. Better that I push it up. I can make a real mess. And you know, now I've just got this all on here and I didn't do too bad of a job. That's the last thing I want to do is make a mess, right? You got that. One thing you could do, if you like these and they're going to sell good for you, you think they would, I would suggest doing a bunch of them at a time, like in parts, and you'll get them done faster. That's how I think I made all of mine. Anyway.
She said she's here. She just didn't want it to distract
She
you.
didn't want to distract me.
Any more than she has, I guess.
She doesn't distract me.
I'm just teasing, Rebecca.
Rebecca's fun.
Yeah, no, I like
If we had one of those workshops, Rebecca came, boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And Debbie and Beans, you know, if we got the two, then yeah.
And Gloria. And,
whole world of trouble there.
yeah.
Keep them on their prospective corners.
Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, so I've got a little bit overlap in here, but it don't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Okay.
Yeah, Rebecca, I like the matte black with the rose ox. That's another color combination that I like with mixing.
Yeah, so I didn't do too bad with this. I mean, it could have been a little better, but maybe what I'll do to compensate for where I feel like it's a little uneven is just push it up into the beads and get it more even. Yeah, right there.
A little
There's
bit of ball chain right there.
Oh, coming off?
No, I think you might want to add just a little.
Well, I can't
piece.
because it's 3 rows, so it's all on there already. You know, this is okay to leave because when I put the sides on, I'll just go up over that, and that's where the...
Oh, the cup chain. Okay,
yeah,
true.
Fine. So I got it on there, guys. Yeah, we won't worry about this little bit here. We got the center done.
Yay!
How about that? How about that? Want me to tell you about my toothache? We'll save that for another time, Rebecca. We're gonna make jewelry right now. She has had a time with that. I know. She's had quite a time with that, and I feel bad for her because nothing's worse than rotten toothache. Okay, so this is pretty good. I would rather not see this blob here, but I'm afraid that if I go to take it off, it might be an issue, so I'm leaving it alone, and we will deal with it when we get to, you know what I'm doing.
Could you maybe just cut like a teeny little slice of it off?
I just don't want to scratch, but you know what? If I did scratch it, it wouldn't matter because it won't show. Yeah, I'm trying to think who I've been listening to lately. I know Rebecca's been listening to all kinds of stuff. Who have I listened to?
Yeah, she said she plays our reels on loops because of the music. She's just so goofy.
Oh, you poor thing. You know, I've heard that a lot, though. I will tell you. I've heard that.
I'm glad you guys like them.
I've heard that a lot.
I'm trying.
If they help you, then do
I try really hard to do like trending music.
Yeah, well,
because that helps.
Well, if you do trending,
and fitting,
it will get you more views, and also you know it's okay.
I try to make it fit the video, but also make sure that it's trending. But yeah, so I'm glad it amuses you guys. I'm hoping to have another one soon.
Yeah, we need you to make one soon. We need. Jordan was telling me the other day, we gotta have 4 reels a week. I said, don't look at me. He says, I'll try and do them once in a while, but I'm just not that good at it. Just not. Okay, this is not coming off the way I want it to, so I'm gonna have to get rough with it. Go on. Just try not to gouge myself, which I have done. That's pitiful. I stuck the end of a pointy tool right into my finger. Right before I came on, I said, this is going to be bleeding when I'm trying to mix epoxy skull. Okay, now it's pulling away. That's good. Oh, see, though? See what it did? See, look at that mess. See? But I can fix it. Never fear. And plus, we're doing another layer over it, so you'll never know.
Yeah, you can push it right up against it.
You'll never, ever know.
It was sad about him, too. I feel bad about that.
Who?
Toby Keith.
I have no comment.
Okay.
No comment about any of that. What's her face shouldn't have started the fight either. See, that's another example of you could think something you don't need to say.
No, I just mean about his dying. I feel
well,
bad
yeah, I
about
think
that.
that's sad too, but I always think of Dixie Chicks and the big fight. It's like, you know, just because that's how you feel, you do not have to open your mouth. Who cares? Except if you say something wrong, it messed things up for them good. She did that. You know, it's just some things you just don't do. You don't need to say. Okay, now this is slightly screwed up, but we're not going to worry about it because we can fix it later. Okay? So that's pretty much how that goes. push that in a little bit, push that in. So I like doing it this way because I like it to be raised up a little bit. So then that works out pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to clean
Well,
this
gives
up
it
a
a
little
nice finishing, like border, like it's like its own mount.
bit. Yeah, kind of, sort of.
I love country music, Gloria. That's the first thing I put on in the car on the radio when I get in. I listen to a little bit of everything.
Oh,
but
you like country music?
my go-to is country.
Well, I've been watching the old Aretha videos and Al Green and all them this week because I like that stuff. I like it a lot. I love that. I've never told you guys a story. It's a good story. I don't know if I've ever told you. I know this wonderful lady who was a teacher for many years, and Levi Stubbs, was that his name? He was the lead singer for Four Tops. He died not too long ago. Anyway, then
Jordan might know.
we know that when you hear Bernadette, that's him singing. Anyway, she was his little sister. And her mom had
the teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who I know, who lives in Youngstown. And she was his little sister, and he had to look after her after school because her mom was still working. So he would take her to Motown, and she would sit down there in that basement studio where it all happened.
Oh, cool.
Where it all happened. And she watched it all happen, everybody. She said, Marvin Gaye used to call my mom Mama.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they all big friends and all that. So, anyway, evidently she must have made friends with Aretha, who was not, to my knowledge, a Motown artist, but anyway, but in that ilk, Anyway, so she just always loved her. So, anyway, a few years ago, her husband and her, this was before Aretha got real sick, and she was going to have this concert somewhere, I think Cleveland or somewhere. And they said, well, we're going to go. Her husband really wanted to go bad, so he paid to get tickets in the second row. So they went. And Aretha stopped the show for a minute. She looked, she says, who's that I see out there? Is that little sister? What are you doing out there, little sister? Come on up here with me.
Oh, no.
I know. Yeah, she remembers, she was just gushing all over her and giving her hugs and everything else. She said, yeah. She says, I didn't want to live that life, and I didn't. She said, I'm so glad. She says she got to teach many people to read, and then she learned Spanish and got to teach people to read in Spanish, so that was quite lovely. Yeah, Phyllis Jones is her name. She's something else. I remember one day we were going in, we were doing volunteer work over on the east side, and we went into Subway to have a sandwich. And they had that music, piped in stuff, and Bernadette came on, that song, Bernadette, which I don't know if you know, but that was a big, cool song. When I was a kid, like 6th grade, Bernadette, they called out that. So anyway, she goes, yeah, that's my brother, like this. I'm like, what's she talking about? She says, yeah, this and that. And I said, Phyllis, why are you saying that's her brother? Because that's my brother. That's my big brother right there. Then
For real.
She started telling me all her Motown stories, and I'm like, oh my word. She says, the only ones I didn't like to watch record was Supremes, because Diana Ross thought she was Miss Thing.
Oh.
So I didn't like her. Anyway. Okay, so that's how you do it. Guys, ready to get your cuffs out and give it a shot? There, Levi Stubbs, yeah. Do you like Al Green? I have not heard Al Green with Annie Lennox, but yes, I like Al Green. I remember that song, Let's Stay Together. It came out, I think I was
that one I know.
I was in 9th or 10th grade, and I had the 45, and I played it over and over and over again. Yes, I like him.
Yanka likes the ball chain too. She said it reminds her of a seed bead bezel.
Yep. Yeah, it's very versatile, and you know, and you can get it in gold too. I don't think I have any right now, but I've had it.
Or brass.
Yeah, or brass. But you know, you can use it.
probably get
you know,
copper
so many
colored,
ways.
too.
You know, not school. But you know, it kind of looks like it's a little goofed up from that, but it's not. You know, that can all.
And once
get,
we finish it next week, you'll see.
Yeah,
It'll bring it all together.
I just didn't want to get it up in between the ball beads. You know, so that's how you do that. Now, last week, did I not bring that? Yeah. Last week was working on the
pearl.
the clamper.
Mm-hmm.
And I did set some stones in it to kind of give you a feeling. I really like it, but I really wish it was wider than that. So if I make another one sometime, I'm going to build it out a little bit.
Oh, wider.
Yeah, wider. Yeah. This stuff is getting stiff.
I don't think it looks bad. I like it.
It's okay.
But for you prefer wider.
Yeah, I just like it wider. Not a lot, but some. Another thing that I really like to do, and I'm pretty sure I showed you this if you took, keep irping because I'm drinking coffee. I think I showed you this in the class we did, but this is one of my favorite of all necklaces. I could have sold this so many times, and I will not sell it because I love it. This is Apoxie sculpt bead that's been made into a spinner. You know, of course, I took.
Did you use the bead course on that?
I took that idea course from the spinners we used to have from 1928. But you can do this with Apoxie sculpt and make yourself a fancy Indonesian type bead. And then I did
the wire.
I did the wire wrap, and what I did is I made a loop, and it came straight down.
Those look so good.
And I went through and I put my coils on and I put this through. I can't remember how. I had it all figured out, now I forgot. So I'll have to figure it out again. But anyway, it wasn't as hard as it seemed.
Unless she's got more epoxy beads up here.
Yeah, there's another. This is an Apoxie sculpt bead right here. So, and here's another one. So, yeah.
They look so good, too.
Yeah.
And those ones, you didn't use the bead course. You used those spacer beads.
I used...
Which we just got more...
I thought I brought them out here.
We just got them in both the silver tone and the gold tone on the site.
Yeah. Those are some
we have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I thought I brought a couple of them out here, but I guess I didn't.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah. That's just what we're talking about, showing.
Yeah. These are... on the site again, both the silver tone and the gold tone.
Those.
I love these too. Yeah.
You know, they're very hard to find.
But that's what she used on these beads.
I know you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I have to beg
Is that the
and plead.
Temptations?
Yeah, I think so for you.
I think that was the
I
Temptations.
don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't too bad to beg. Sweet darling, please don't leave me now like before. I think it was Four Tops, not Four Tops. It was the Temptations.
I think it was the Temptations.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
And then My Girl, of course.
Yeah.
I used to whenever that was on at like a wedding or a party or something, I would always make Dad go out on the dance floor with me for that song.
Ain't too proud to beg. I've been listening to Aretha Franklin's, what's it called? Oh, baby.
Suspect? That's
Ain't no doubt about it, baby. I love you. 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 Eh, na, 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 na. Go down ahead of mine. I can't sing like that, but anyway, it's fun. You don't have to sing like that. You just sing. Just sing. Just sing. So that's going to be...
Oh, Dara said she made one of those spinners.
Did she?
Did you share it on the group yet, Dara?
Yeah, I'm sure she did. I just can't remember nothing. That's all. Did Darcy say something? She got caught up in work, can't wait to watch against her. Oh, I know. It's so fun, Darcy. It's so fun.
Oh, you're making a seashell.
Yeah, or something. I don't know. Something. I don't know. I got to do something with it because it's starting to get hard. And I hate to lose it.
This one would be like a perfect bead if you stuck.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Hole through it.
I'm going to do that in a minute.
She's got like a perfect circle of epoxy there, guys.
Chain,
she
chain, chain of fools.
No, that one I know.
Yeah, you got me where you want me. I ain't nothing but your fool.
Trying to get everything
Treated
in there.
me mean, They treated me cruel. See, this is my songs from when I was a kid. My aunt had all these records, LPs. And we borrow them off her and we'd put them on. We'd play them over and over and over and over again. Loved them. Loved that stuff. Everybody loves that stuff.
And the two little pieces right there. And getting hard.
Mm-hmm. Getting there. Yeah, Phyllis had quite a lot of stories, but she says, you know what? That was quite a life that they had, but she says, I wouldn't trade my life now for any of it.
Oh, good, Deb.
No, can't wait to let Deb, yeah. She has to throw down some mulch. Well, there you go, girl. You got to put some much mulch down.
She says she's so inspired, though.
Yeah, isn't it inspiring? It's so much fun. So, see, now I'm making a pendant, but it ain't coming out too good, so I think I'll pinch that off there. And I'll figure something out. And you know, you guys can, like, you can stick, like, wire into the ends of something and make a connector, you know. That'd make a good short video sometime, that, you know, so, anyway. So, yeah, I got this. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick this in here, and I'm going to make a hole. Try to get it in the middle. That's not always so easy to do. Try to get it in the middle. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's pretty much in the middle. So I go on the other side and kind of push that back in there. Yeah. Huh?
Make sure that it's through.
Now, this is fairly even, you know. It's not like blobby off to one side, right? It's fairly, it's not perfect. It's still very organic looking. But
roll the tool and to get it to get well left in. Leave the wheel in and then...
Or take it out and roll it.
And make it
so
more
this
oblong.
is how you would make a spinner bead, guys. Okay?
To roll it more oblong?
Yeah. Well, but how long do you want it, you know, how to be. You got to remember you're going to have to go back through here a bunch of times because the epoxy sculpt, it would just close and you will not be able to use it. And sometimes you could be successful at drilling it out and others not.
Because it's more like the inside, that middle section.
Yeah, so my advice is just don't have it happen, you know. Yeah, connectors. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what I love about epoxy sculpt. It's such a chameleon, you know, and also if you need a certain little part and you don't have it, sometimes
you can make it.
You can fabricate one out of epoxy sculpt, and then whatever finish you put on it, well, you know.
I just love the fact too that you don't have to bake it; it just dries on its own.
Did you like Solomon Burke and Ricky Nelson? I remember Ricky Nelson. She would have left her boyfriend for Ricky Nelson. She's a music. She saw Paul Anka, Neil Sedaka, Frankie Valli. Wow! Now those guys were a little tiny bit before my time, not much, just a little bit. I mean, I know who they all are.
Oh yeah, I know those names for sure.
I think the Four Seasons started over in Sharon.
And then of course there's the Rat Pack.
Can't
forget about the Rat Pack either.
Huh?
You can't forget about the Rat Pack either.
Well, yeah, but they're not singers.
Well, Frank Sinatra.
I like that Ricky Nelson song says, "You can't please everyone, so you gotta please yourself." That went to a garden party, da 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 da. It's like a song that he sang toward the end of his career. He says, "You see, you can't please everyone, so you gotta please yourself." That's the truth. Can't make everybody happy. Don't even. To be the best person you can be the best version of you that you can be, and then you gotta just let it go, because you're not gonna make everybody happy. You don't have. It's not gonna happen.
Weren't Sinatra and Dean Martin part of the Rat Pack?
Yeah.
And they sang.
Yeah. Oh, the Rat Pack was also. Oh, are you talking about the Brat Pack?
Is it the Brat Pack?
They're from the '80s. The kids. Like Molly Ringwald and Ali Sheedy and all them.
Oh, no.
You're talking about some Frank Sinatra.
No, I'm talking Frank Sinatra
Well, yeah,
and Dean
they
Martin. All them. Yeah.
Frank Sinatra.
But weren't they considered the Rat Pack?
Frank Sinatra was one of the first singers where the young girls screamed.
I watched him in, I still watch it. I actually watched it not that long ago. He was in a movie called Anchors Away with Gene
Oh yeah,
Kelly.
that's well known. That one, yeah.
I love Gene Kelly.
I love Frank Sinatra. I got lots of Frank Sinatra CDs. When I was sick, I used to listen to him and Tony Bennett all the time. I never saw Frank Sinatra, of course, but I did see Tony Bennett, and I'll never forget that, ever. He was 80 when I saw him.
Mom,
he was amazing.
Mom liked when he performed, because she does not like her normally, for the most part, but she likes when he did with Lady Gaga. And
I love what he did with Lady Gaga.
Didn't they have like an entire album or something together?
Yes, they
created?
They did. She's very good. She can sing anything she wants. She could sing the phone book. I don't like a lot of the weird stuff, but I think she's a good person.
She's a good singer.
I think she's
definitely
a good
has a
person
good voice,
too in her heart. I think she's a really good person. I saw part of a concert one time where a woman was sitting up close to the front with a little boy. And the little boy just loved Lady Gaga, and he was singing and everything. So finally, she stops. She says, "Can he come up here with me?" And she brought him up and sat him on the piano stool with her, and he stayed there for a long time. Yeah, she's real nice. I like her. Okay, guys, so that's it.
Yeah, the Rat Pack. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Peter Lawford, Sammy Davis Jr., and who else? There's, I think, one or two other guys. I can't remember. Yep. Yeah, I love Frank Sinatra.
Rebecca says that she pressed deco pieces into clay and nearly couldn't get it out.
Deco piece? Decoupage? What? Paper? I don't know what you're talking about, honey. You're going to have to help me out. I think I'm falling in love again. Okay, guys, I think we about got there.
Yep,
What do you think?
She used up all her epoxy.
She says she likes Ricky. I hated he didn't he get killed in a car, not a car wreck, a plane crash. Something was not a good end. Yeah, everybody liked him. Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna sign off right now. But we got somewhere today. So I showed you how. Now this, of course, now if you're going to use this for a spinner bead, you would want to decorate this. So you would want to,
or paint it or something.
Well, you would want to press things into it before it got, cured. Now it's still a little bit sticky, so I could probably still do that. But I'm going to do that off camera. But yeah, you just I press these in so I have these fancy cores. I have the plain ones. I put the plain ones in you guys' bags. But you just got to really be careful that you got that hole open. Mm-hmm. Oh, Cherie, I'm so thank you that you're thankful that you came today. We missed you.
We will finish this.
We'll finish that next week, and it's going to be fantastic.
So we're gonna paint it, right? Yeah. And then we're gonna do
all the rest of the prep, and then we're gonna do the sides. Yep. That's how it's going to go.
Okay,
thank you, guys. You've been great. This was a nice session. This was a really nice session. So I think we got something good. Thank you, Carol. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. So, ooh, this hair looks like a rat. Stop. I should never look at myself. Bad. See, I started now. Forget it. Oh, geez. I'm not looking at it. Anyways.
You're supposed to look here anyways.
I'm supposed to look there at you guys, right? Okay, so thank you very much for coming. It means a lot to me. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Almost everybody here.
I think you all have, guys, but if you know someone else that follows us, or even just you, if you've forgotten, if you hit the little bell, it will tell you anytime. It will notify you when we are on.
If that doesn't bother you, it bothers some people. They don't like it, but if you want that,
it'll give you a little notification.
It's there for you,
so you don't miss any lives that we have.
That's right.
Yep.
You don't have to miss anything. All right. Well, we'll see you next Wednesday, same time, and we will finish up the panel cuff and see what else we didn't get to yet. Okay? So you've been great. Thank
Thanks,
you so
guys.
much.